Check out the Lottie podcast where we talk about anything under the sun. Links in the description below. What is it, guys? This is Samo94 again, featuring the high-grade 1144 scale Build Strike Gundam full package. This is a bootleg kit, by the way. No, it's not TT Hongley or Japan model. It's made by Huiyan model, the same brand that made the high-grade Wing Gundam Finiche as well as the Gundam X Mao. I have reviews for both of those and see it in the description below if you're interested. Given that I've already built 3 model kits from that line including this kit, I can say that it has a distinct plastic quality where the surface is ever so slightly rough while the durability of the plastic itself is on the softer side, which shows that this kit is not brittle and can be easily bent. Nothing too much of a deal breaker with that, but with this line, the plastic can easily get wide stretch marks when held roughly. Still, I can say the plastic quality is way better than TT Hongley. On the other hand, polycap joints are too smooth for my liking. Plastic joints tend to easily slide or pop off due to this, but an easy paint coating on the peg or ball joint will technically fix or tighten it. Plastic parts relatively snap fit well, but then again, some parts might need a bit of force to close some parts up, which may lead to wide stress marks, so in order to prevent that, I highly suggest to determine which part you think will lead to a stress mark and try to trim down the pegs or holes. Overall, no major issues with this kit. The Build Strike Gundam full package is a Gunpla from the anime series Gundam Build Fighters. It's built by Sei Iori and primarily controlled by Reiji. This kit is based on the Strike Gundam from the anime series Mobile Suit Gundam SEED. In addition to that, this anime was the first Gundam series I officially watched and paid full attention to. This is the anime that inspired me to hop into the Gundam hype. Comment down below if you have watched Gundam Build Fighters or if this is also the first anime to watch it made you get into Gunpla. You can leave a like as well. This Gundam's real life size is 17.7 meters, where it's slightly smaller than the Granddaddy Gundam, which is 18 meters tall. Honestly, I'm not sure why it has a real life size since in the anime it was also a Gunpla, but okay. Being a high grade, the scale is smaller, so this kit is only 4.8 inches tall. Honestly, I thought the Strike Gundam where this kit is based on is taller than the Granddaddy Gundam, but it's not. Talking about stickers, yep, it's one of those kits where you need to use a lot of stickers, especially on the build booster. I mean, looking into the kit, if I didn't use the stickers, the backpack will basically be a solid blue plastic that has no color accents. I didn't want to use the large stickers at all as long as I have the chance to paint it instead. For this case, I used a silver Gundam marker. If I only had a white Gundam marker, I would have used that instead. Sure, I got adventures with coloring the large parts, but I prefer painting the parts as much as I can rather than using large stickers. This is the case unless I have no choice. For the mobile suit itself, I used the stickers on the eyes, head cameras, as well as the yellow accents on the shoulders. I did try using the blue stickers on the knees, but since it's a considerable flat surface, I just used a blue Gundam marker instead. I also used a red Gundam marker on the side skirts as well instead of using the stickers. A couple of additional details I added were the black markings on the forearms and ankle guards. I also added gold and silver markings on the vents of the backpack as well as the gray joints on the mobile suit. I'm no professional when it comes to replacing the stickers with paint or adding extra details. If you look closely, there are paint streaks on the parts where the stickers are supposed to be on, so I know some will be triggered with what I've done with the kit. I can tell that other experienced model kit builders will do a way better job than this one, such as using masking tapes and airbrushing the model kit, but for me, I'm pretty much satisfied with what I've done with it. Similar to my previous review, check it out as well if you're interested. The Build Strike Gundam can hold its own even without the build booster. It has this cartoony but badass look due to the sharp shoulders and sleek figure. I mean, if you have watched the anime, spoiler alert, it started out just as this, while the build booster was added along the way. Having the build booster even added the cool factor, given the fact that the wings are wide and made the whole kit eye-catching. I watched the anime and it was awesome. Like I said earlier, this is the anime that made me fully get into Gunpla. There were manga series as well, but I think they're spin-offs. I actually bought this kit here recently along with a high-grade 00 riser. It's a pretty fast transaction and well packaged. We'll surely buy there again soon. Looking into the model kit, the look is really accurate, but there are many color correcting stickers and some parts that required me to paint it myself. These are the parts seen on the forearms and ankle guards. The Gundam doesn't really have a unique theme besides having a similar design from Gundam SEED and maintaining the color scheme we are most familiar with, which is blue, red, and yellow as accents on the white base color. Given that the Bandai version of the kit was released early 2013, you can expect that the kit already has great joints showcasing double joints across the kit, which shows that it can pull off cool poses. But adding the fact that the one I have is a bootleg kit, there are noticeable differences where some parts are too loose or way too tight. I can assume that this bootleg kit was just released a few years back where I can trust that the plastic quality is better than the older ones. With that in mind, let's look into it a bit closer, shall we? As far as I know, Huiyan model only released Build Fighters kits. I've already made a review for the Wing Gundam Fenice and Gundam X Mouse, so check it out if you're interested. After building the kit, I can say that the plastic is a lot better than TT Hongli. It's not brittle, not too soft, but easy to get stress marks, so just watch out for that. Panel lining for this kit has decent opportunities and can be seen mostly in the build booster. Like I said earlier, there are some parts where white parts are supposed to be colored, so I just applies panel lining to it to be accurate. For you to see, it's on the forearms and the ankle guard. Here's an image showing the model kit without any added touch-ups, and here's another image showing the anime look. Color scheme is quite accurate with the blue, red, and yellow mostly on the torso while keeping the base white color. If you're familiar with the Strike Gundam, you can see how faithful it was when it comes to the color scheme. I like how the yellow for this kit was kept subtle but pops out on the shoulders and of course on the head. The red was used a bit more on the shoulders and side skirts while blue was put on the knees and some on the smaller parts around the forearms. Shelf presence for this kit is up there. This will tower over other slimmer kits due to the Gundam's wide appearance, all thanks to the build booster. Looking into the surface even more, nub marks are quite hefty, especially on the build booster and accessories, which kinda sucks. A quick sanding or usage of a hobby knife can smoothen out the surface for a bit, but since the plastic of this kit is on the soft side and can stress easily, the nub marks usually don't go away completely. Be careful with the non-white parts since stress marks are more noticeable there. Stability of this kit is good, if not great. Most parts are tight enough, some are a bit tighter, but nothing too major. Trimming down some parts is optional, especially if you want to prevent the stress marks, and for someone like me who tends to move the kit often, I make sure to sand down the parts that might break off when played with it too much. Just two things I want to mention are the shoulder joints and the side skirts. The shoulder ball joints tend to get pushed out since it's being impeded with the build booster. I'm not sure if it's a bad design of the backpack, but the upper part of it kinda pushes out the shoulder forward. Doesn't look awkward, but it's kinda irritating to move out of the way. For the side skirts, since the polycap joints are too smooth, it became too flimsy. Other than that, no major issues at all. For the gimmicks, you just simply push the cockpit down to show the attachment of the backpack and rotate the wings at the right angle. That's pretty much it. Large beam cannons are also articulated, so feel free to pose it to match the pose you prefer with the wings. Surprisingly, it's not that hard to pose a cannon's F91 style. Gimmicks aren't that much other than the backpack itself and having the beam saber hilts being stored on the side skirts. Speaking of the beam sabers, let's talk about the accessories. We got two beam saber effects for both beam sabers. During the start of the anime, Build Strike Gundam heavily relied on these melee weapons. But if we're talking about ranged combat, you'll get this beam gun. Pretty bland, honestly. Next, you'll get the beam rifle. This is the primary ranged weapon for Build Strike Gundam full package. Technically, by attaching the additional part components to the beam gun, it can transform into this rifle, or this enhanced beam rifle. Don't get me wrong, there are no parts transformation in the accessories. These are all three separate accessories, but the concept of it is that these weapons are basically just one with the beam gun as the base form, which can be transformed to either the beam rifle or the enhanced beam rifle. If you look at them closely, they technically have similar looking parts. Makes sense? Finally, we got the Chobam Shield. You can easily attach it on the forearm of the Gundam. With all of the accessories mentioned, which weapons do you prefer posing with this kit? I personally like to pose this kit with the enhanced beam rifle on the right hand, the shield on the left, while the wings are spread out to have a cooler effect. Finally, by borrowing a stand, you can pull off the classic Strike Gundam pose. I think it's no debate that the enhanced beam rifle is the best looking accessory in this kit, but maybe some of you prefer posing this kit with the beam sabers. Either way, this kit can pull off amazing poses with whatever accessory you choose. Personally, the color scheme is incorrect, especially on the enhanced beam rifle. It should have more white color than just this bland gray. Despite that, the rifle still looks good. For its sheer look, I won't ever use the beam rifle nor the beam gun to pose with this kit, while the beam sabers can be argued with, but for now, I'll keep it posed with the biggest rifle and the shield. Moving on to the articulation, the head can rotate and move forward and back, look up and down. Shoulders can also rotate with the arm itself. Arm goes out, a bicep rotation, a normal elbow bend, ball jointed wrists. Torso can rotate, a bit of an ab crunch. Front skirts are on a ball joint. Feel free to separate the ball joints for individual posability. Side skirts are on a peg and hinge polycap. Hips are on a peg and hinge as well, which can kick forward, side, and back decently. Splits and wide stances are possible for this Gundam, but the side skirts might pop off. Legs can bend this far. Feet can have this pivot as well as go up and down. The joints are great in this kit. If I'm not mistaken, this kit is not fully based on the old high-grade Strike Gundam, which is why the articulation is top-notch. There are really no bad joints honestly, just be careful on the double joint bend of the elbow and knees. The other joint is always tighter than the other, so it's up to you if you want to trim down or just carefully pose the kit. Overall, this kit is great. The only downsides I can mention would be the lazy design for the backpack. If I haven't painted the wings using a Gundam marker, it would look extremely plain. I know I'm stubborn with stickers, but I just don't like applying stickers that cover a large portion of the kit. Bandai could have easily made separate colored parts that they didn't, which sucks. Trust me, even if the kit I have is Bandai, I still wouldn't apply the sticker. I know I could have done a better job in painting the parts by using spray paint or even airbrushing it, but it's not my thing. I wish I could have gotten the white Gundam marker sooner though. Another thing to mention again was the plastic quality itself. It's not bad by any means and it doesn't break easily, but the stress marks can be an issue here for some. Just take a little bit of care with the kit and you're pretty much good to go. Finally, is this kit worth buying for every kind of builder? Yep. If you have time, patience, and skill to build an actually decent bootleg kit while taking a little bit of care along the way, go buy this kit. But if you have the money to buy the Bandai version as well as having the skill to paint the kit with airbrush or spray paint, you will surely have a better outcome. So that is it guys, I hope you liked the review. I know I said that review releases will slow down, but I'm actually pretty active on my channel. I make sure to reply to everyone, especially if there's anything asked about a kit where the answer isn't in the review. Also, I stream almost every day, so come hang out with me if you'd like. As always, don't forget to like and comment for more. Go check out my other videos if you have the time. And if you like the content you're seeing, consider subscribing. Alright? See you. Peace.